returning to 10. This is Southern New England's news leader.
New on the night team, we get our first look at a shark lurking just off the Cape, where he was spotted last coming up.
You will be
Escorted out, things get heated at a local town meeting after a pitch is made for a multi-million-dollar shopping center. We have a live report. Plus, a man loses a keepsake he had been holding on to from his late wife for decades. Tonight, the unbelievable circumstance that brought them back together again.
NBC 10 News at 11 begins right now.
And first, on the night team, a man is indicted for the murder of a Providence woman in March. Police say the accused killer found his victim on Backpage.com. NBC 10's Matt Reed has the details tonight. Matt. All right, and new on the night team, state police say they arrested 13 drunk drivers over the holiday weekend, including one man who had 3 kids in the car. Rhode Island State Police say 48-year-old Juan Polanco Duarte from Providence did not have a license when they pulled him over. Now, last night we told you Cranston resident Tanner Barnes were charged with DUI. We've now learned it's his second DUI charge in 5 years. Well, new on the night team, police in Connecticut say they have recovered the body of a baby whose father jumped with him into a river. The body of 7-month-old Aiden Moreno was found in the Connecticut River in East Haddam earlier tonight. On Sunday, the baby's father jumped from a bridge in Middletown, Connecticut, with the baby in his arms. Rescuers saved the father but could not find the baby. No charges have been filed. Well, new on the night team, we're getting our first look at the first tagged shark of the season off of the Cape. This video released today by the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy shows Avery, a 13-foot female. As we first told you last night at 11, she was tagged off of Chatham yesterday. Experts expect to see more sharks in local waters as the water warms up. Well, new on the night team, we've learned a Somerset teen is one of hundreds of victims exploited by a man online. And tonight we are hearing from one of those victims for the first time. Ashley Reynolds was 14 when she met 31-year-old Lucas Michael Chancellor in an online chat back in 2009. Chancellor is serving 105 years in prison for posing as a 15-year-old boy and convincing girls to send nude photos. Chancellor would then demand more photos from the girls or threaten to send the picture to her friends. Reynolds describes how Chancellor would demand not only nude photos, but also her daily schedule.
I'd have to send him all these pictures, and as I'm doing this, he would be like, no, this isn't right. This one's blurry, or you didn't do this right. You weren't doing it right. You got to do it again.
Well, the FBI has released the interview with Reynolds in hopes of convincing other teens to come forward. They believe Chancellor had exploited over 350 children on several different sites. What's tip-off for a new midnight basketball league in Providence? Organizers tell us it's about more than playing a game, though. They hope it will ease tensions in the city. And new on the night team, the Nighttime Basketball League returns to Providence. It had been around before, but not in at least a decade. Well, tonight, community leaders told me why they wanted to bring it back. Well, 350 players are taking part. The league lasts about a month, ending with an all-day tournament. Well, North Smithfield man who fought Town Hall has now won a seat on the town council there. It's an update to an NBC 10 I-Team exclusive. The I-Team told you about Tony Soli back in February. He was asked to resign as a volunteer on the town's Parks and Rec Committee after he questioned his car tax bill on Facebook. Well, Soli refused to step down from that board, and he ran for town council after neighbors told him they too had car tax concerns. Well, new on the night team, a disgraced former police chief isn't getting out of prison just yet. Former North Providence Chief John Whiting is still locked up at the ACI tonight after a court hearing to reduce his sentence was pushed back to August. Whiting is serving a 6-month sentence for stealing more than $700 from a stripper's pocketbook in 2012. A court spokesperson tells us Whiting could see his sentence reduced to home confinement. Well, fast forward to tomorrow now. We will know the name of the next Rhode Island Education Commissioner. After a nationwide search, Governor Gina Raimondo will announce her choice for the job tomorrow morning. Raimondo went on a statewide listening tour asking people about what they hoped for in a new commissioner. Former Commissioner Deborah Gist left the job to become superintendent in her hometown of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are tracking developments on former Rhode Island House Speaker Gordon Fox spending his first night now in a federal prison. Fox is now at the Canaan Federal Prison in eastern Pennsylvania. He'll be locked up for 3 years. An NBC 10 camera was there as Fox left his East Providence home early this morning for the 4.5-hour drive with his husband. The I-team has learned Fox will need to have his bed made by 7:30 in the morning and will have to clean his own room in prison. Back in March, Fox pled guilty to pocketing nearly $53,000 in bribe money to help a Providence bar with its liquor license. Well, new on the night team, one person is dead and several others injured in an ice cave collapse. And the deadly accident yesterday was just one day after another crash at the same park in Washington State sent people running for cover. The U.S. Forest Service warned hikers that the caves were dangerous due to the unseasonably warm weather.
The difference is that they got to see you grow up and are still able to see you, something we will never, ever get to experience with Marco.
The aunt of a young murder victim speaks in court just moments before the killer is sentenced. Michael Patino was convicted of second-degree murder in the beating death of 6-year-old Marco Nieves in Cranston in 2009. Patino said in court he regretted using derogatory language about the boy before his death. The judge said she was shocked at Patino's lack of remorse. Well, Pawtucket's mayor is optimistic a $50 million development project will be built on the city's waterfront. Mayor Donald Grebian is pushing for the project that includes apartments, shops, and office space. Developer Colin Kane says he's found the city of Pawtucket extremely supportive of his plan to develop the land, which may need environmental cleanup. The city council will take a look at the plan tomorrow. Well, the Paw Sox are putting out a new pitch for a ballpark in Providence. The first stop on a so-called listening tour was held today in Smithfield. Ownership says they're visiting all 39 Rhode Island cities and towns to answer questions on their plans to move the team out of Pawtucket. And many people at today's meeting were concerned with the team wanting tax money to build the stadium. But a spokesman for the team told NBC 10 the original plan, seeking millions in taxpayer money, is now off the table. Well, next at 11, a meeting gets heated over a proposed multi-million-dollar shopping center in one local town. Coming up, why people were so upset. Also ahead, after the FBI swarmed the home of Jared from Subway. We'll tell you why he might be looking for a new job. Plus, a man loses a keepsake he shared with his wife for more than 40 years. Tonight, the unlikely business that reunited the two.
You will be removed.
Well, there you see it. Police hauled a man out of a meeting at Tiverton High School tonight after he called the town councilors liars. He was one of many people frustrated at that meeting about a proposed shopping development in town. The night team's Olivia Fecto has been at that meeting all night as hundreds of people stood up for public comment. She's live there now with why they say they do not want that development to move forward. Olivia? Well, thanks, Olivia. We're tracking developments on a fatal mid-air collision involving a military jet that has left 2 people dead. Tonight, rescue and recovery efforts are underway to find the 2 civilians who died in the crash in South Carolina. An Air Force fighter jet and a Cessna collided, sending debris flying over the area. The military pilot safely ejected. The cause of the collision is under investigation by the NTSB. Well, tonight, Subway has suspended their relationship with spokesperson Jared Fogle. Agents raided Fogle's Indiana home this morning as part of a child pornography investigation. They seized electronics and brought them to a mobile forensics lab in the driveway. The former head of Fogle's Foundation was arrested 2 months ago on child pornography charges. Fogle has not been charged. He became Subway's spokesman after losing more than 200 pounds while eating Subway sandwiches. Well, new on the night team, an amazing story of chance in Hartford tonight that may give you chills. Peter Bolello married his wife Grace 50 years ago after meeting her in southern Italy. The couple, in an effort to always be with each other, signed separate $50 bills and vowed to always keep them in their wallets. But Peter accidentally spent his bill 5 years ago, and Grace died last year. Well, Peter recently went to a sandwich shop when he got his change.
When I see the first one was my wife doll. I say, oh my God. Actually, looking on his dollar back again. 5 years later.
You heard him. He got the signed dollar back in change after 5 years. Peter said finding the dollar helped mend his broken heart. Gary Lay, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
Way. So, unbelievable video. Scary scene out there.
No, that's no joke.
No.
And the Red Sox making it interesting. Got the Yankees coming up later this week.
They do, and they cut it to 5 games. Red Sox win tonight, Yankees lose. So just when you think they're out of it, they're making a little run. Hopefully they can keep it going.
They pull you right back in. Gary's got a last look at the weather.
Won't be anybody to complain anymore about the Red Sox.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, they were just a little late with that tarp getting it on, I think, huh?
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 minutes sooner.
Didn't watch the forecast, Gary.
Yeah, they must not have been bad.
Well, thank you, Gary. Thank you, Joe. Be sure to start your morning with the NBC 10 Sunrise starting at 4:30. Have a good night.